Alright mud lovers, here we are again on the Thames Foreshore. Let's get some luck in the muck. Now just over there you can see there's big cranes and diggers and stuff and a few workmen. Now they're building part of a super sewer, which I explained a little bit about in the previous video, so check out that link. And they're doing it all over the Thames because the old system created by Bazalgette isn't really working anymore. There's too many Londoners basically, and not enough. The sewers aren't big enough to cope, so they're building all these massive super sewers. However, they're taking huge chunks out of the foreshore, which is devastating for mudlarkers because it cuts out the amount of foreshore we can search. Now, they're working there today, so I'm hoping they won't mind me having a search around there, but I may get kicked off. We'll have to see what they say. I'm not going to go that close to them, I'm not stupid, so I'll keep a fair distance away, and if they start shouting at me or telling me off, then I'll let you know, but I'm hoping they'll be cool. I'll stay a sensible distance away, and hopefully we'll just let each other get on with our day. So, here's an example of why we come mudlarking. It's because if we don't, things end up like this, and this is just a button, probably just a fly button, but it goes to show you how much damage the tide does to things if they're left exposed. So this has been washing around for a little while and it's completely and utterly knackered, so if this was an important coin or artifact, chances are there wouldn't be much left of it. So get in early and try and save these bits and pieces. Unfortunately that's a bit too far gone, so that'll be staying here forevermore. So yeah, it's a shame, but here we go. It's a nice early little pipe just sitting there in situ. That's a really early one. We're talking early 1600s, I would have thought. Just been eroded out, look, just sitting there waiting for the tide to take it away. It's already had a bit of damage to it, and there's absolutely no stem left on it, but still an early pipe. You can see how small they are because tobacco was so expensive back then, they could only afford a tiny little pinch. And as tobacco got cheaper, the pipes got bigger, as you probably well know. Just seen a few guys wander around over here and I think they're looking at me, so hopefully they won't chuck me off because I'm not doing anything wrong, just mudlarking. Doing a bit of secret camera work now because I don't want them to really see what I'm filming them, but hopefully they haven't got a problem with me being here because I'm miles away from the construction, but we'll have to see, maybe they'll boot me off, which would be really disappointing because I've been looking forward to coming to this spot for quite a while. So yeah, we'll have to see. I've just found, while I'm talking to you, a little musket ball just there. It's a good little spot this, I think, so we'll keep cracking and see what else we can find. That's if I don't get kicked off. Well, they're all up there now. I think they're having their photo taken or having some sort of briefing or whatever, so maybe my fears weren't really warranted, if that's the right word, but yeah, let's see. If they're all there now staring at me, then I'm sure if they've got a problem one of them's going to say something, but fingers crossed we can all just go about our bee's knees. We shall see. If you don't hear anything more, all good. Well, there you can see there's a little button. It's going to see what it says on it. Hopefully that's something interesting. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's like an Irish harp. It's quite a sweet button. I never found one like that before. I mean, there must be a billion buttons out there, I suppose, but yeah, it's quite a nice little button, that. Complete, which I like. Saved it just in time. Happy days. Clean that up and show you what it looks like clean. Well, this is amazing. It's the first time I've ever seen this. People actually litter picking on the foreshore. How brilliant is that? That is so cool. I never thought anyone would be down here litter picking, but it turns out they do. So, happy days. That's really neat. I hope I don't pick up my bag. But yeah, good stuff. That's cool, isn't it? Check this out, guys. A little leech. And you thought they were only in the jungle. He's biting onto that little bit of oyster, so maybe he's decided that's what he wants to eat for his lunch. So we'll just we'll put him back in there and let him carry on with his lunch. I might put him upside down. Look, there we go. There he is. There he goes, in there, under that nice rock. Little fastener, some description. Well, there we go, a little live mudlark there, and there's a musket ball. Or a piece of shrapnel from a World War II bomb. Sweet. Little double find here. Again, the obligatory musket ball. So I'll set that down there. And also, this little thing, which looks like a whistle. Look at that. To me that looks like a whistle. I don't know, it's got to be right. Whether it's been snapped off or broken off. There's some writing on the other side. Let's give it a quick wipe. Japan. Japan? And a little picture of a guy. Got something now to research, that's cool. And I'll let you know what I find out about it. A Japanese whistle. You do find everything and anything down on the Thames Foreshore. Mudlarking crow there. Had much up, mate. Nice bit of pottery just sitting there between the rocks. Nice pattern on it. Let's have a look, see what it is. Ah, that's quite nice. Not sure if that's hand painted or transfer wear really, but pretty sweet. We find a lot of bricks, often with different makers on. Some are worn down to anything, so you can't really see, but you've got a few makers here. CBE, Wilcox & Co. in Leeds, and John Knowles & Co. Wooden box. That's quite an interesting one. Might have to look into that name of it. John Knowles & Co. Make a nice collection if you can pick them up, and they're rather heavy though because they're old school bricks, so they weigh quite a lot. But I do like a brick. That's brick. Collect them now and again, but often they're too heavy. But if I'm not having a great day, I might take one home, make them into paving slabs or something, so they're not completely worn away to nothing. Sort of save them a little bit. Got some nice history on these. And there's a good link I'll put up where we can find more about them. So guys, I'm on the foreshore with Hannah, and she is part of a team that are litter picking today, which is really good news because there's so much rubbish on the foreshore, and we try and take a little bit now and again when we finish mudlarking, a few bottles and anything we can pick up towards the end of a session. Well, that's not always possible because the tide comes in and you forget where you are. But Hannah's here to explain what she's doing today.
Yeah, so my name's Hannah and I'm the environmental advisor for the Tideway East project. And the Tideway East project, essentially what we're doing is we're connecting all of the overflows for the Victorian sewers into the new tunnel that we're building under the river.
Right.
So right behind us here is our construction site. So
yeah, one of many, isn't there? One of many sites.
Essentially what we're doing here is we are connecting an old Victorian sewer, and our tunnels are going to go all the way along underneath the river. And that's the project that we'll be completing over the next few years. But because we do work right next to the river, we see all of the plastics and all of the bottles floating in every single day. It was quite a high tide yesterday, so we decided we'd come along today during the low tide to try and pick as much plastic up as we can. We do this on a quarterly basis with a charity called Thames 21, and that's a charity that's essentially here to clean up the river and also promote good environmental incentives initiatives, and also provide data and collect data which can then go to government towards their decisions in terms of legislation.
That is fantastic. Well, good on you for doing it, and let's try and keep the river as clean as we can, and we'll all try and help and hopefully stop all that rubbish getting into the ocean eventually.
Thank you. So we've split the teams up to two today. We've got half a team down here and then other half of the team over the cofferdam. So please go over there and meet those guys as well.
Yeah, okay, I'll try and get round if I've got time. But thanks very much for sharing that knowledge, and yeah, that's good news for the environment and the Thames and everything. So yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Excellent. So one of the guys from Tideway East has found an amazing pot lid. It's actually an ointment lid, and these are really rare to come up. I've only found parts of these, so you've done very well. It's fantastic. It's really cool. Look at that portrait of that guy on there as well. Happy days. Can't stop thinking about that guy's really cool find that he just had up, but just goes to show you that you don't necessarily need any experience really down here. But I found a little find of my own, which is a nice coin. It's a really worn Georgian, but that might clean up alright. Might have a bit of detail on it. I'm taking my gloves off to do the actual picking of up. So I do have my gloves on there, look. My gloves are on, but to pick up the find and to turn the camera on, I do actually take my gloves off, and I'll clean them properly later, so don't worry about me with no gloves, guys. But yeah, nice little coin there, so onward and upward. And we've had another little button. Lovely button there. Really sweet, probably Georgian, I'd have thought. Nice. There's the guys, look, they found some stuff. There's a bit of rubbish there, and that guy's got one of the bikes. I'm not sure what bike that is, probably one of the... is he going to attempt to ride it up that, do you think? I think he's just posing for a photo, but cool, doing their bits. A big bag of rubbish there. These guys are doing the same. I'm doing lots of chatting with all these guys today. I'm not doing much mudlarking, but I've had a little chance to have another little scrape, and I've just found this little cufflink. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, simple little hexagonal, I think hexagonal, or octagonal, I forget which one now. Yeah, a little cufflink. Made of pewter, no doubt, so that's quite early. I'd say it's probably 16th, probably 18th century, that one. Lovely little find. So I haven't moved from this spot, but I just had up this little clasp. Look at the detail on that. I find lots of small things today. Some sort of fastener with a little embellishment there. I have to clean that up and see what that is exactly. It looks like it might be a little coat of arms, or maybe just a little embellishment, but yeah, sweet little find that. So it turns out those guys are volunteers, and I imagine there's a way to find out if you can get involved. So I'll have a chat with the organiser, and if they need more help, I'll put a link down and you can have a look, and it may mean that you get a chance to come down here with a group of guys. I know it's only litter picking, and you're not really supposed to take stuff off the foreshore for your own personal gain, I imagine, but you know, if you find something there, you're not going to leave it behind. They're not actively mudlarking, they're literally litter picking, so it's really great for the environment. If you want to do something good, join these guys. I might even see if I can tag along one day. I know they've got another event coming up, and I think that's near the Isle of Dogs. And I've told them a few places where they can find loads of litter, so they're really excited about that. So yeah, we can all do our bit, and I may join up with them one day. So look below, see a link, you can see how to get involved yourself if there's room, and if they need people, then get in touch and maybe you can be part of their team. So this is pretty cool. This is part of Grape Shot, and this would have been bundled up with a load of other similar iron balls and bound up and put in a cannon and then fired at some soy reciprocant, and probably would have taken their head off or made a mess of their boat. So this is a pretty neat little find. Whether it was ever fired or not, who knows, but it's down here and I found it, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, quite a heavy little iron ball there. Nice. So we have the standard spoon, although this is not so standard because it's a bit earlier. It's a pewter spoon now. Not amazing to look at, but definitely earlier than my normal spoons, so pretty cool. say, it turned out nice again. And here are my finds of the day. So starting from the edge, got that little pipe which you saw, very nice. A few bits of lead scrap, I don't think that's anything. The coin is quite interesting. You can see some writing on that, so I think that should be identifiable, just about. I thought it was a worn Georgian, but it looks like something a bit more interesting. Might even be Dutch or Swedish. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at that. That side's pretty roached. Might have even been counter stamped in the middle there, but I'm sure I can get an ID. There's enough on there to find out what that is. This is quite a nice little fastener of some description. It's got a nice little embellishment there, you can see clearly now in the sun, along with a little cufflink there. Interesting little whistle. Oh, it's got a little Japanese guy, or yeah, a little happy guy there with Japan written on it. A few buttons. This is the earliest one. If anybody knows more about these buttons, please let me know, because we find quite a lot of these ones. They're pewter, 3 holes in them, and one side's usually decorated, but we cannot find what these were originally used for. So if anyone knows, please get in touch, because we're desperate to find out. And we've there's various theories about them being for gloves maybe, or we just don't know. So we know they're quite early, they're probably like 18th century, and it's got something written on it as well. So yeah, interesting that. A few little buttons here as well. That's a lovely one there with the harp and the crown above it. So that should be easily identifiable. And I think it's like some clover or something going around the edge. So a real Irish one there. And finally, an array of cannon shot, grape shot, and a few different sized musket balls. Oh, also I found this, which could or could not be a ring. It looks quite crude, so yeah, it might be a little child's ring. That'd be nice if it is. Bronze. Yeah, quite small and petite. That's just a bit of wire. A little bit of lead type there with a letter on. It looks like a letter, or backwards that would be probably a D. And a little lace shape. This could be as early as Tudor. And a bit like what you've got your shoelaces on, at the end of your shoelaces, or your cord around your jogging bottoms, you've got a plastic or metal shape. Then they were making them way back then and used quite a lot on the clothing of Tudor people. So yeah, quite a nice variety there. So there we go. I'll do a little bit of research on the coin and the whistle and these buttons, and show you now. So I'm just out on the foreshore and I've got some junior mudlarks with me, Ethan and Safia, is that right?
Yeah.
And these guys are doing a really good job of finding loads of stuff. They've got their bucket full of wonders from the Thames. And I've even given them a couple of my own finds just to bump it up a bit, so that's really cool, and hopefully they'll carry on the interest as they grow up. So you enjoying the Thames Foreshore?
Yes.
Yeah, you found some good stuff today?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, there we go, guys. Next generation of mudlarkers, here they are. Family fun on the foreshore. And what's your name?
Eddie.
Eddie. This is their dad, Eddie.
Nice
the proud father of some junior mudlarks.
There you go.
Bye bye.